Hebrews 1:13-14. But to which of the angels said he at any time, "Sit on my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool"? Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister for them who shall be heirs of salvation? The Greek word for angel is angelos, and it means messenger. So angels are God's messengers, sent to minister to us and for us who are heirs of salvation. If you are a believer, God has assigned his angels to watch over you. Angels are real, and angels are scriptural. And the topic of angels is something we as Christians should not avoid. Yes, indeed, there are Christian denominations that have somewhat tainted topics surrounding the supernatural. This has had a negative effect because some Christian believers avoid the topic of the supernatural entirely. However, we should not avoid the supernatural. We serve a God that is supernatural, and the God who we serve tells us that angels are real and they play a very active role in the life of believers. Foundationally, you need to understand that you are never alone. We see in the Bible instances where our Lord sends his angels to strengthen his people at crucial moments in their lives. We can find this angelic support in different passages of the Bible. In the Old and the New Testaments, there are several references to divine support from angels. Joshua 5:13-15 says, "And it came to pass, when Joshua was by Jericho, that he lifted his eyes and looked, and behold, a man stood opposite him with his sword drawn in his hand, and Joshua went to him and said to him, Are you for us or for our adversaries? So he said, No, but as commander of the army of the Lord, I have now come. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and worshipped, and said to him, What does my Lord say to his servant? Then the commander of the Lord's army said to Joshua, Take your sandal off your foot, for the place where you stand is holy. And Joshua did so. An angel of God strengthened the Israelites against their enemies in the Old Testament. No wonder the Israelites never lost a battle, except when they had sinned against God. What the angel of the Lord's army did for the Israelites is symbolic of what God will use angels to accomplish in the lives of the New Testament believers. Angels are meant to complement us in achieving God's purpose for our lives. They encourage and strengthen us when we are weak. Exodus 14:14, The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. God has a vast number of resources at his disposal that he can use to deliver you out of your situation today. God has resources that you and I know nothing about. And one of those resources he has are an innumerable number of angels. God is your Father, and he is a Father who is actively interested in your life. Get this idea that God doesn't care about you and your well-being out of your head. Get this idea that you are a second-class citizen in the eyes of God out of your head. God actively cares about you. He is interested in your life. The Lord shall fight for you. God is with you in the battle. Don't give up. It's interesting to know that God sent an angel to strengthen and prepare Jesus Christ for his death. Luke 22:40-44. And when he was at the place, he said unto them, Pray that ye enter not into temptation. And he was withdrawn from them about a stone's cast, and kneeled down and prayed, saying, Father, if thou be willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done. And there appeared an angel unto him from heaven, strengthening him. And being in agony, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat was as it were great drops of blood falling down to the ground. In response to Jesus' prayer, the Father did not take the cup from Jesus, but he strengthened Jesus by angelic messengers to be able to take and drink the cup.